Welcome, writers and authors, to another episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Grab your snack and your coffee or tea. What I'm going to cover today is really important. I've been getting a lot of requests for people who want to know what process I follow for self-publishing a book from beginning to end. And so that's what I'm going to cover today. Hopefully you'll gain some insight, or maybe you'll adjust your process. I don't know, but that's what we're going to cover today. And before we begin, I just want to point out that I am a part-time writer, so I have a full-time job, and so the process might, be longer for me than it is for someone who writes full-time. So I'm going to be off camera until the end because I want to share my screen and show you each step with my presentation in PowerPoint. So hold on to your hats and get your pens and pencils and notepads ready to go. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Over the course of weeks, sometimes months, I jot down ideas in my handy-dandy notebook. Once the idea becomes clearer and I think I have the storyline, I'm ready to work on my vision board. I do my vision boards in PowerPoint. Some of you may complete this step in a simple outline, which is fine. On slide 1, I put all of my ideas in a simple list. Here's one from one of my earlier books in my Cozy Mystery series. You can see on the next slide where I start laying out my chapters with a summary of what happens and any key reactions from characters, along with random images that summarize the chapter. Now I'm ready to write my first draft in Microsoft Word. And once I'm done with quite a few rewrites and tweaks, I'm ready to do my AI editing with my favorite tool, ProWriting Aid. The best thing about this tool is that you can select what you are writing, whether it's a business document, blog, email, web copy, and yes, even fiction, which is fantastic because it also gives you ideas about words that you may be using too much, such as that and very, and words that are not descriptive enough. So it's a fabulous tool. Go out and grab your copy. And now, oddly enough, I'm ready to decide on a title that encompasses the entire book. And I know a lot of you do this in the beginning. I do mine at the end. I also write the back cover text at this time as well. So with that done, I'm now ready to send everything over to the editor. I usually order developmental, structural, and copy editing. You can see the differences between all types of editing here. This will allow me to catch everything related to inconsistencies in the story, grammar, flow. And then once it comes back from the editor, it's, usually back and forth a couple of times before it's finished. So here's the strange thing that I do before final sign-off. I read the book aloud, like I'm a narrator. The act of hearing the story actually brings out any final errors or inconsistencies in my script. Okay, so let's move on to book cover design. Or in the case of my children's books, it's booking the illustrator, who will also design the cover. So everyone does it a little differently, but I like to give my designers a very detailed description of my vision, and sometimes even give them stock photos that I think will help them. So this could be on a slide in PowerPoint or a Word doc. Next, it's off to my trusted book cover formatter, Brenda. She's been with me for many years, and she just does such a bang-up job. So many of my designers and formatters actually came from the resource page of Jane Friedman's website. Many of you might get her newsletter. A few I do get from freelance sites like Upwork or Fiverr. So this is also when I use my Publisher Rocket app to research the best categories and keywords for Amazon. And then I work on my descriptions and my blurbs. Next, I'm off to purchase my ISBN. I usually go to the Bowker site and just get it directly from there. And I don't know if a lot of you may know this, but you can create a whole description along with the ISBN on their site. And then once you're ready to publish, go ahead and upload and publish to all your platforms. Check out my last podcast episode to learn more about where I publish my ebooks, paperbacks, and audiobooks. I use 3 different platforms. Now I have some bad news for you. That wasn't the hard part. Now you have to market the book. So check out my past podcasts for tips on book marketing. Well, there you have it. That's my whole personal process for publishing a book. I hope that helps, and if you have any questions or comments, please post in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, please like and subscribe. Until next time.